you step in there. Terry O'Grady, thank you very much. Great advice.
Okay, John, thanks.
It's Raining Men from Tampa this weekend in the box office. Magic Mike, the male stripper movie based on Channing Tatum's real-life experience dancing for money here in the Bay Area. And the 32-year-old actor and his host of hunky co-stars came back to Tampa to film parts of this movie. Tampa Bay Times movie critic Steve Persall saw the film and got a chance to talk to Tatum. How was it?
You know what? It's a fun movie. It's not what you'd expect it to be. You walk in sort of thinking it's going to be as cheesy and as campy and as crass as Showgirls. It comes out to being a little bit something closer to Boogie Nights, you know, in terms of those movies that deal with seedy, seamy occupations. Steven Soderbergh, Oscar-winning director,
right.
He knows how to tell a good story and get into the characters. He works well with male relationships, if you remember the Ocean's 11 movies and stuff. So you get a little bit of that in here. It's not a great movie, but it is a lot better than I thought, and it's one of the best times I've had this summer.
Now, way of full disclosure here, I should admit that I met my wife at one of these such performances.
You were dancing?
No, I was there doing a news story. I was fully clothed.
Ah, well.
Thankfully.
That's
but yada, 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 25 years later, we're still married. This was sort of a phenomenon back in the 80s and 90s, but this movie set present day. That's a little bit weird.
And I think it might get a little misleading, because I can really see women from other places wanting to take a weekend trip or maybe a bachelorette party trip to Tampa.
Entrepreneur, stripper, stripper, entrepreneur.
Either one.
I was hoping this was all a joke.
It's pretty funny.
I'm just trying to figure out why stripping.
Women, money, and a good time.
And this is one of those. It's kind of got the campy stuff. It's kind of got the fun aspect of it. But it's not unsettling for guys to go to.
No, I don't think so. I think it's going to be a great date movie. Because you remember back from the days, there was no better place to meet women than after as your wife, than after these shows. So we'd wait out in the parking lot until they opened up the doors, or the ladies came out, you know, or they let us in, and yeah, they were warmed up already. So yeah, it's I think it's going to be a great date movie. And also, these guys are not pretty boys. You know, they are men. They're macho types of people. They're the kind of guys you'd like to go have a beer with, and hopefully they'd have a few more clothes on, you know, doing it. But yeah, I think guys are going to have just about as much, almost as much fun as the movie.
Yeah,
as
I
the
would hope that the women would have a little bit more.
I was at a screening. I've seen it twice. First time was only with one other person in the theater, and then I saw it with a room full of women, and it was almost pandemonium, I'd say. Yeah, good times, a lot of hoop and holler, and doing everything except throwing dollar bills at the screen.
And we're going to recognize some of these scenes from the Tampa Bay area.
They filmed, the entire movie took about 5 weeks to film. They filmed about 2 weeks here in Tampa and Pinellas County. So you see a lot of Ybor City, the amphitheater, 7th Avenue. The club that they filmed at, the exteriors at, is actually Wilson's Sports Lounge on 4th Street North in St. Petersburg. So that's passing for Dale Mabry Highway in this movie, too. And then when you go inside the club, all the dance scenes were filmed out in Los Angeles on a huge sound stage that could not fit inside Wilson's. So you look for little things like that. It makes it even more enjoyable than the movie would be automatically.
But it's the magic of Hollywood.
This thing is going to make quite a bit of money this weekend and throughout too. I think it's going to tap into that Sex and the City audience. Making it a good girls' night out or a good gay men's night out.
But a better movie than Sex and the City.
It's please, just about anything would be.
All right, so see it.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's out this weekend.
And check out TampaBay.com, because I have a story about the Tampa and Pinellas locations that were used. I have an interview with Channing Tatum, and of course the review. I gave it a B+. And I think I tracked back on that a little bit. I was going to give it an A- to start with, but I thought it might maybe look like a homer. So I gave it a B+, but maybe it's closer to that A-.
Now we have John Thomas weigh in. John, what do you think?
I don't know. I just think I learned more about Bill than I thought we should learn.
No, I love how Bill kept a straight face, too.
He did.
He really dug into that.
You know, I see it as
journalist.
I see it as degrading.
Oh, come on.
You know, Ashley Glass, there's more to us than our silky, sultry, sexy bodies.
I believe
there
you.
Men, we have a mind.
I saw it last night.
Mind.
Steve Persall was right on. B+. It was a decent
There's more
story.
to us besides the fact that we are poetry in motion when we move.
Stop. I can't handle this. All right, streets of downtown St. Pete filled today. Sean is there right now to tell us what's going on.
I tell you guys, all that Magic Mike stuff reminds